today we're going to look at how to rearrange formulas, and we're going to start off with a nice simple one. So we have here y equals x minus 2, and what we need to do is the same thing to both sides. So in order to get rid of the minus 2 and leave the x on its own, we need to add 2 to both sides. So we'll start off with y plus 2, and then that's going to equal x, because if you were to add plus 2 to minus 2, it would cancel out to 0. So now we have the completed equation. We just want to swap it around, so it would become x equals y plus 2, and that's it, we're done. So now we're going to take a look at a slightly different example. So here we have b and x together, and we need to isolate x onto its own. So first thing we ought to do is get rid of this 4 to make it nice and tidy. So we have y, and this is a positive 4, so we need to take away 4 equals bx. Okay, so now what we need to do is get rid of the b, and because we're multiplying b over x, we need to divide both sides by b in order to isolate x. So if we were to do that, it would look like this: y minus 4 over b equals x, and then we can swap it around again to make it the way we want. X equals y minus 4 over b, and then we're done with this example. For this next example, we have k equals 2 open brackets 1 plus 2 x close brackets. Okay, and with these kinds of examples, what we need to do first is expand the brackets. So in case you don't know how to do that, we'll do it now quickly. So it will be k equals 2 multiplied by 1, which is 2, and then we take this symbol here, so add, and it will be 2 multiplied by 2x. Okay, so that's going to be 4x, and that's how you expand brackets. And so we're ready now to move on to rearrange this equation to get x onto its own, to make x the subject. So we take now this positive 2 and take it away from both sides. So we have k minus 2 now equals positive 4x, and now we want to just rearrange this to make it look a bit tidier. So you just swap it around. 4x equals k minus 2. Now we need to divide both sides by 4 in order to get our final answer. So x equals k minus 2 over 4, and then that's our final answer. Let's have a go at this example. So what we need to do here is multiply both sides by the denominator of this fraction. This is what you need to do with these kinds of examples. So it will become 3y equals, and then we will lose the denominator and keep the numerator, so it will be 2x minus, and then we need to multiply the minus 2 by 3 again, so it becomes minus 6. Now we need to rearrange this equation like usual. So we first want to take the minus 6 and put it onto this side. So we take 3y and add 6, and then we have 2x on its own. So now we can just turn that around to make things a bit tidier. So 2x equals 3y plus 6, and now we want to divide both sides by 2 in order to get x on its own. So we take x equals 3y plus 6 over 2, and then that is our answer. So for this example, we have something slightly different. Here we have negative x. Again, we want to make x the subject, not negative x, so we need to make it positive. So what we want to do is actually add x to both sides, and the x over here will disappear because minus x plus x is 0, so it will vanish. But now it will be onto the other side, and then we can rearrange the equation like normal. So we will have z plus x equals 1. And now we can just rearrange it as normal, so we can just take z away from both sides, and then we will have solved it. So we'll have x equals 1 minus z, and then we're done. So for this final example, we're going to have to take everything we've learned so far and put it all into 1. So here we have z equals 4 open brackets 2 minus x. and all of that is over 7. So what we want to do is get rid of the 7 by multiplying both sides by 7. So we'll have 7z equals 4 open brackets 2 minus x close brackets. Now we want to multiply out these brackets. So we'll have 7z equals 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times negative x is negative 4x. Now we want to get the negative 4x onto the other side, so we'll have to add 4x onto each side. So we have 7z plus 4x equals 8. And now what we need to do is the same thing but the other way around. So we want to get the 7z over to the other side, so we take it away. So we have 4x equals 8 minus 7z. Okay, now all we need to do is divide both sides in order to get x on its own. So we have x equals 8 minus 7z over 4, and now we're done.